Hello. This is a quote from my guest today on the podcast. Sometimes you have to make decisions and say, this is what is going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. You just got to walk by faith. Just want to talk a little bit about the episode today, the new episode on the podcast, Kicking It with Doree. My guest is Ty Cohen. And it's a very deep episode. It's almost an hour. Normally I don't talk for an hour with anyone, but it's really a mind shift conversation, and it requires more time because sometimes we have limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs are not easy to cast away. If we have limiting beliefs, we've been thinking about them probably for years and years, if not decades, and it takes a lot to break a stronghold like that. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about that. Let me show you another quote that he gave. When people don't see greatness for you, it's because they look at it from their perspective and say to themselves, there's no way I could do that. So it's not that they think you aren't capable, but they may not believe they are capable. This scope is about a podcast episode that came out today. I have a podcast called Kicking It with Doree, and it comes out every Tuesday. It's on iTunes, and it's on Stitcher Radio, and it's also on my website at DoreeAllen.com, and I'll show a little clip of that right at the end, I think. But basically, one of the things my guest talked about today is the fact that a lot of people, we all have choices. We all make decisions about things, but sometimes based on whatever our mindset is, we may not always act as if we know that we have choices. So I just want to pose a question to you. It's going to sound kind of stupid, but I'm going to ask it anyway and let you think about it. Are you aware that you actually have choices? Are you actually aware that the things that you don't like about your life may not necessarily have to be so? I mean, I know we can't control everything about our lives, but there are some things that we can control. And sometimes people just say, hey, this is the way that it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. High heels, you're aware? That's awesome. You have a great mindset. The success mindset is not something that comes to you naturally, at least not for most of us. It's not a natural thing to just always be positive and always be successful. We have to work at it. We have to be intentional about our choices and what we're going to choose to think about. You know, you don't have to think about everything that falls into your head. Every thought that comes, you don't have to meditate on it and turn it over and over and rationalize it. You know, you can decide what to think about and what to focus on. You don't have to focus on the wrong things. You agree? Great. The second quote that I showed you guys about people not believing that you're capable, that has a lot to do with validation. Thanks for the hearts. A lot of people feel like they can't move forward with anything unless they get about 12 people to co-sign and say, yep, go ahead. That's a great idea. I think that's awesome. I mean, you should not have to get 20 or 30 or 50,000 people to co-sign what it is you want to do, or an idea, or any kind of like big decision that's going to affect their lives. It's just not that you'll never really get progress that way. You'll always be stunted. You'll always feel blocked. You'll always feel stuck. And then if it's something that you really wanted to do, you'll end up being resentful about it because you'll be like, okay, well, this person said that I couldn't do it, or that it was a dumb idea, or that I shouldn't even think about that because it's never been done before. I mean, there's all these different reasons why people will tell you that you won't succeed, but you don't. I'm here to tell you, you do not need validation. You don't need it from me. You don't need it from anybody. If there's something that you really want to pursue and do, and it's reasonable. I mean, of course, I'm not going to ask you to, or advocate that you do something stupid, but I'm talking about reasonable things here. A business idea, a major change in your life, perhaps. But there's some people that just feel like they must get approval or validation from everyone, or at least certain kind. There might even just be one person. I can't even say that it's like 12. My arm is getting tired here. I can't even say that it's got to be like 12 people or, 20 people or whatever, Thank you, Latanya. It's true. Freedom from critics. It could just be one or two people. There might just be one particular person. That's right. The only validation you need is from God. Exactly. But there might be a couple of people that you really just turn to for advice all the time. You really respect their opinion. Maybe it's a spouse or a mentor. And by all means, I am not saying that you should just ignore sound advice and wise counsel. Not saying that at all. What I'm saying is don't be paralyzed by the fact that you want to do something but can't move forward because of not getting that validation from somebody. As the quote that I just showed on the screen says, and it's also on Instagram if you want to take a longer look at it. My Instagram is Doree Allen, as is all my social media. It says that when someone, says that you're not capable of something, they may feel that they are not capable, or that they just don't, either they don't want you to succeed, or maybe they just feel like they couldn't do it, and that so they can't see it for you. But I want to tell you this, your vision is your vision. It's not someone else's vision. It's not your cousin's vision. It's not your best friend's vision. It's not your mentor's vision. It's your vision. And chances are that God put it there. And like my friend there, High Heels on a Mission just said, that's the only validation you need. If he gives you a vision, if he gives you an idea, and it's in your purpose and it's something that you're supposed to be doing right now, then please go forward with that. So what other points did I want to make? Really, no decision. When you make no decision, that is a decision. That's right. It's your vision. When you decide to be, excuse me, let me put it this way. The act of not making a decision about something is a decision. You're deciding not to do it or not to move forward. And it could be because of another person and not getting their validation. It could be fear. I know there's a lot of reasons why people don't move forward with their dreams and their ideas. But as you know, you're probably thinking now, it's November. 2015 is about to be in the past. It's about to be over with. Can't do nothing else with it. Thinking about next year, thinking about what I want to do, what I want to be when I grow up. Okay. I'm almost 40 and I'm still thinking about what do I want to be when I grow up. But it's a good mindset to have, to keep having goals and keep moving forward and not letting people stop you or block you from moving forward. So let me show you what this podcast episode looks like here. In case you have never been to my website, this is what it looks like. DoreeAllen.com. I'm sorry that it's not quite focused, and I know that, let me see, that light bulb is in the way a little bit there. So that's my logo there. It's DoreeAllen.com, just like my name. And at the very top, there on the menu, it says podcast. And if you click on that and go to page 2, then you'll get to today's episode, which is Make Up Your Mind, just one thing to shift you into a success mindset. And I won't give it away, but Ty talks about the one thing that shifted him into a success mindset. He is very, very rich. Okay, so I think it behooves you to take a listen to that if you have ever had any struggles or any challenges, any doubts when it comes to making decisions and moving yourself forward. All right. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for sharing. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye.